As a very young child of about 10 years old, Michael Tive and his father, Ralph Tive, who was an advisor to Milton Shapp, took me to Milton Shapp's office in Harrisburg. I didn't do much more than shake his hand, run around the office a little bit. Ralph Tive showed back up. My father's last acts on earth was a book about Governor Leader of, I believe, either Pennsylvania or West Virginia. And Ralph Tive's name appears at some distance in the layout surrounding him. Afterwards, Michael attacked me very ferociously. He and Ian Wadmaker were the first of gangs of men to level slaughtering blows to my head. I was kidnapped by armed men who forced inhalants on me. When I was 13 years old, two adults, Mark Mancine and Don Ostro, 21 and 18 respectively, put inhalants in a paper bag, drenched rag with paint thinner, put it in the paper bag, instructed me to get high that way. And from then on, I was doomed to be slaughtering me gassed in places like King's Estate, which proved to be a metaphor for the heavenly estate where they used me for Auschwitz experiment. Across the street from Jennifer Rubin's house, in a little area that was certifiably abusive of children with disabilities. The Zionists used to zap them with cattle prods when they were supposed to be working. And so we sold our house, I in terror and trauma, and we moved. The gangs, was my mother testified, were stealing cars and kidnapping me in them. I couldn't get any kind of help. I went to the police. I went to the principal of the school. They weren't finished. They were all white, but black people were absolutely miserable. Black people claimed to represent our establishment as well as anyone else. But really, they see everything as race war. They're race warriors. I was white, so they weren't going to look into it. They weren't going to help me, and that was final. That's the way things are in Pittsburgh. And they would say, and you can't do nothing about it. As time went on, there was a freak sickness. COVID was another freak sickness. We're probably going to get another freak sickness with this new administration. And of course, it'll be too late to stop them. And they were catcalling from margins that people deserved it. And I could see that they had set up a war game. I needed to get evidence to prove it. Nobody cared, even though I did get evidence to prove it. Because it was a pornographic genocide up on Mount Desert Island where they lured me. And there was a script that the Israelis planted on my house about murdering Martin Luther King, a snuff film script justifying pornographic genocide. It was all spelled out in cold blood, the way the Zionists like to do things. Just spell it out for them, give them their Amalek script. And nobody paid any attention. Nobody cared. Nobody did anything. That's what they were demonstrating. That's what they were demonstrating because they'd been through it before. When they said never again, it really meant you wait your turn. You just wait. Never again, you just wait. is what they really meant when they said never again. I don't know what anybody's supposed to do or say. Don Trump knows that I have found evidence that Reagan killed JFK. Why do you think he wouldn't? It put him into prominence and power. For him, it was the perfect way to go. They subverted reality. They had me in D.C. the day he claims he was shot. Who believes that one? And the whole thing's worth a Van Gogh. Remember Toon and his Van Gogh? Why not kill Corey to make a little bit of extra money? Make a little bit of extra enthusiasm in the boat.